Hello, this is Violet Rain, your host for the Rebel Haven podcast, a show designed to inspire, educate, and empower our community of entrepreneurs that think differently. For as in the words of the great and late Steve Jobs, the ones who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones that do.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
I have a dream that one day,
it's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Today we're going to be talking about the law of mirroring. This concept and this law can set you free if you will remember it and you will utilize it and harness it to expand you in the way that it was actually designed to. So, what is the law of mirroring? The law of mirroring is basically the law that as within, so without, as above, so below. What this means is you can actually look at your external reality, you can look at your relationships, you can look at even the collective things going on in the world, and this will mirror back to you areas in your life that are not healed, that are not whole, that are not connected to the oneness. So the whole idea of the law of mirroring is that it is a built-in mechanism, GPS, showing us how we are doing. So if you want to know how you're doing with your self-worth and your self-esteem, take a look at your bank account. That's a huge, huge mirror about your self-worth, your self-confidence, your belief in self. And that's directly connected to your ability to manifest and to create abundance in your life and to align with it. If you want to know how it is that you are feeling in your love and acceptance of self, you can look at your relationships. So there's no cut and dry, if you don't have money, it absolutely means this every time, but it's definitely a mirror. It's an indicator, and we can then go on the treasure hunt, and we can go seeking and looking for that original experience, belief, thought, pattern, incident, trauma that is manifesting this in your external reality. And so many people forget this, and we get deluded and we get intoxicated by the illusion around us, which is that we're victims. That somehow life is just happening to us, and our neighbors are doing this horrible thing to us, or our partners doing this horrible thing to us, or the government and the economy are doing all these horrible things to us. I'm not abundant because the economy is a piece of shit. I'm not abundant because Trump's in office, or whatever it is. And we want to give our power away, and we want to look outside of ourselves to find the reason why we're experiencing what we're experiencing. And really what we get to do is we get to look inward. That's the name of the game. It's looking within. It's going within, reconnecting to ourselves, reconnecting to source, reconnecting to the truth. And yeah, it is tempting. It is so tempting to want to blame and to look outside of ourselves for all the reasons why things are the way that they are. But the truth is, when we go in and we realign ourselves, we heal the things inside of us, it actually shifts our perception. It shifts the way we see policy, we see government, we see world events, we see our partner, we see what needs to happen. Now, does this mean we don't hold boundaries? Fuck no. So if you're in a relationship and you're being abused, yeah, you get to go inward. You get to go inward and find what is toxic and unhealed in you that is magnetizing in this toxic person. For sure. We want to remove that mirror. But that doesn't mean that, I have this mirror, so I'm just going to stay in this abusive relationship, or I'm just going to go within and heal myself. No. You get to hold sacred boundaries always, always. And once you're outside of that relationship, or you're in a place where you're safe, you go inward, you take a look at those toxic things, you start to heal them so that you will magnetize in a healthier partner. So if you're in a space where you're physically unsafe, you're being emotionally damaged and harmed, I want you to give yourself all the permission in the world to start taking active steps to get out of that situation, to hold boundaries about the way you're spoken to and the way that you're treated while you're working on yourself at the same time. So with the law of mirroring, we can actually begin to understand how to manifest even better. When it comes to manifesting, we often get deluded into thinking that once we have the thing, then we'll feel good. And for a lot of you who are here listening, you're, active students of law of attraction. This isn't your first rodeo, and you've been studying The Secret and how to manifest and all of those things. But there's a few key components that really get overlooked when it comes to manifesting. And the key is you really have to be feeling and vibrating it first. The reason this is tricky is because you're literally sitting there at the table and the table is covered with bills that need to be paid, things that are overdue, accounts that are overdrafted. And in that moment, it's hard to feel or vibrate anything else outside of the experience. And this is where we really have to think and vibrate outside of our reality, outside of our environment, bigger than our environment to change it. And the world and the powers that be want to keep you really, really seduced by what it is that you can see and taste and touch. They want to keep you outside of your power of imagination. And imagination is way more than just, oh, I'm thinking up something in my mind. Imagination is actually it's creation energy in motion. That's what your imagination is. So when you're visualizing, when you're seeing something, you actually bring that energy and you start feeling that way. Right now, if I asked you to close your eyes and imagine walking into your kitchen and seeing a bright yellow lemon on the counter, walking over to it, picking it up, smelling the peel, smelling that citrusy smell. I ask you to cut it open, pick up a piece of it, a little wedge of that lemon, and bite it and feel it, the juice squeezing into your mouth, that sour, citrusy taste. You will start salivating. If you really play, if you really take your imagination into that, you will literally start salivating. So what is that then? What's real? It doesn't matter if it's real or imagined. You're still creating the energy. Your body is physically responding to that. So if you can think thoughts of abundance, your body will respond to that energetically and you will vibrate abundance. I don't give a fuck if you're living on the side of the street or if you have your kitchen table stacked full of bills that are overdue and need to be paid. If you can vibrate greater than your environment, you can change it. But it's not easy to do. That's why most people stay stuck and they stay spinning in the same reality over and over and over again for years because they're so seduced by what they can see. They're so seduced by the number on the scale that they can't even start. They can't even take a step. So as much as your reality is mirroring something to you, I want you to look in the mirror. I want you to see, okay, I'm looking in the mirror and this is where I'm at, and this is what I need to work on in me, and this is where I'm not aligned, and this is everything that needs healing. And then I want you to vibrate greater than your circumstances. So I was just talking about this earlier with my love, how ironic it is that dollar bills and bills that need to be paid are both called bills. And I could say to you, I was just standing there holding a stack of bills, and I'm wondering, would your brain go to thinking that it was bills that need to be paid or it was money? And it would probably depend on who was talking, right? If it's me, you're probably thinking I'm holding a fuck ton of money because that's what I would be doing, right? If it was someone you knew that was in lack a lot and they said, oh, I was sitting there holding a stack of bills, you would immediately imagine envelopes full of bills that need to be paid. So it's important to pay attention to these little indicators inside of yourself. When you notice how quickly you go to the lack thought, the fearful thought, oh shit, this is what this is going to mean. Oh, I got a flat tire. Oh shoot, this is happening to me, not for me. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Versus an abundant mindset, which is like, oh, I got a flat tire. I wonder who it is I'm going to meet at the tire store. I wonder what this is a symbolism of. I wonder what this is showing me that is something inside of me that could be healed or addressed. What if you could see all of those things as symptomatic, as a gift showing you what's going on inside? We love that we get fevers. Why? Because it's an indicator to us that we have an infection and we can address it. If you didn't get a fever, you would never know that maybe you have a wound that you thought you'd healed that, became infectious, that needs to be addressed. You need to go in and have it looked at or drained, or you need to get on antibiotics. Like, we wouldn't know unless we got the fever. So that fever is a gift in that moment saying, hey, something's not operating correctly. And the truth is your natural state is ease, bliss, flow, and abundance. So if you're not experiencing that, that is a symptomatic of something going on inside of you that's fucked up. It's not divinely aligned. Some way that you're operating in your energy is based on some sort of systematic programming or template or system of control that's having you believe you need to work 8 hours a day or work a desk job when you really want to be working an outdoor job or a creative job, or believing you have to be doing music when really you want to be an accountant. Whatever the story is, if there's something outside of you, your health, your relationship, your money, your home, that is an indicator of something going on inside of you, something you need to take a look at and heal. If you're not experiencing ease and flow and abundance and joy 95% of the time, there is something major that's going on inside of you that gets to be addressed, because that's our natural state. We're hardwired for that. And yeah, we're going to experience pain in this lifetime. That's part of what expands us. That's part of what we learn from the way the system's currently set up. We're actually getting ready for a big leap and an upgrade where we're actually not going to be needing to learn through pain anymore. We're going to be learning through love. But pain is a part of our reality currently at the limited level of consciousness we're in. And suffering is optional. Suffering is not something you need to be experiencing. Suffering is a condition of the mind. When the way that you're interpreting and engaging with your reality is just beating the shit up out of you. This is why when you get that flat tire, I want you to immediately pause. Yeah, you get angry, whatever, feel it, process it, let it go. I'm not telling you to stuff it. I don't want any surface level bullshit empowerment. I want genuine from the inside out, feeling good and vibrating that from your thoughts. So say you immediately get angry. That means you immediately had an automatic thought that this has happened to me. Feel it, release it, and go, okay, I'm feeling angry because I'm choosing to believe that this is happening to me versus for me. And what I know to be true is that this is actually happening for me. And I'm excited to see how it's happening for me. I'm excited to see who I meet as a result of this. I'm excited to see, maybe there's a little bit of a delay in your day or driving, which is preventing you from an accident or making you available for a phone call you need to be hearing when somebody needs your help. And some of the time we don't actually get to know why these things happen. We don't know why we hit all the red lights, but the truth is there is a reason. And when you operate and vibrate that everything is happening for you, you will get to see and experience that everything is happening for you. And you will get back in alignment quicker and quicker. You will disconnect from the victimizing, I'm a big victim, whiny, martyr archetype template, and you will reconnect and replug into your divine truth template, which is flow and ease and bliss. And the way you get back onto that template and actually disconnect from the hijack is through trust, is through these key code phrases. Everything is happening for me. Everything is happening for me. And I choose to trust the universe even when I have no visible evidence that that's even what I need to be doing or should be doing. Even when I am so tempted in my limited human 3D perspective to try to step in and control this, I'm going to choose to trust. I'm going to choose to let go, and I'm going to choose to trust. And I'm going to follow the omens. I'm going to follow the little pings that are coming to my intuition of where to go and where to be, and I'm going to surrender the rest. That's your only job, is to be in tune and follow those promptings and surrender the rest. Your vibration is your number one job. And when we can begin using this law of mirroring to empower how we manage our vibration, the game will change forever. You're going to begin manifesting. You're already manifesting at light speed right now. You're just manifesting the same old monotonous shit day in and day out. Because guess what, bitches? You're vibrating the same monotonous shit day in, day out. You see your dog act this way, you respond the same way. You see your kid act this way, you respond the same way. You get the flat tire, you respond the same way. You get the bills in the mail, you respond the same way. And you're surprised at somehow that nothing's changing. Oh, well, I'm listening to personal development. Yeah, but are you still vibrating like a victimized piece of shit right now? Like, are you still running that program that you're worthless, that you don't deserve better, that life has to be hard, that you're a piece of shit, that everything is happening to you? If you want something different, you get to vibrate something different. And that means in those hard moments, whether you're holding a stack of bills that need to be paid and it's like negative $10,000 that needs to be coming out of your account, or you're holding 10 grand cash in your hand, you get to be vibrating the motherfucking same thing, which is I am abundant. I am limitless. And no one and nothing has power over me. No one and nothing has power over me. I don't care if it's the president of the United fucking States. I don't care if it's your spouse. I don't care if it's your kids. I don't care if it's your dog chewing up your carpet. No one and nothing outside of you has power over you, because you get to choose what you vibrate by what you choose to focus on. So the moment of integration, the moment the game changes, my friend, my beautiful friend, the moment the game changes is when you're sitting there holding the stack of bills, and you're vibrating abundance. When you're standing there looking at the flat tire and you're vibrating, this is happening for me, and I'm so fucking grateful and excited to see. I love it when the universe intervenes on my behalf, because in some way I was headed somewhere I don't actually want to be. The universe loves me, and I'm aligned with all that it is that I desire, and it is guiding me there. And I'm so grateful it threw this detour, this little wrench in my, controlled, perfectly orchestrated, I think I know everything plan, so that I can actually have what I ultimately desire, which isn't cheap thrills, which is real fulfillment, real peace, and real abundance. And the truth be told, when we zoom way, 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 way out, all the conditions of your life, every contract, every painful, hard, annoying thing is rigged in your favor. It's all being brought in right now to you, for you, as a gift to set you free and light you the fuck up, to take you to your next level. And my question for you, my friend, is, are you receiving it? Are you listening? Are you paying attention to what's coming into your mirror? Are you seeing the events and the circumstances and the relationships of your life as gifts, wanting to show you more of your badassery, wanting to show you more of your true power, wanting to remind you of the truth that you're the creator, you're creating all of this, that you're the one that's really in control ultimately through your vibration. You're the power. You're the source of your power, not God. And I know people are going to, start squirming in their pants when I say that. God has no ability to give you power unless you, through agency, tune in, tap in, and turn it on. Everything, the powers of heaven are waiting at your beck and call for you to give permission, for you to ask, for you to seek, and for you to connect. It's all waiting on you, my friend. Everything that it is that you desire is out there waiting, hungry to come to you. And you know what? Truth be told, it is coming to you. You're just not awake enough and aware enough in this moment to see that that flat tire is what you wanted and is what you called in, and it is a gift. So you're not receiving it. So they're all backed up. All these gifts are waiting for you on your conveyor belt, and they're backing up. And what you think you want is 10, 20 items down the conveyor belt waiting for you to open all these presents before it can get to you. So get to opening. Look at this mirror. What is the lesson? What gets to realign today? What gets to be let go today? What gets to be learned today? And start fucking opening those presents and receiving them with gratitude and love and appreciation, whether it's the flat tire, the sick kid calling home from school, the bill you didn't anticipate, accounts receivable not coming through. Receive the gift, take the lesson, realign your energy, get back in your power, where you will experience abundance and ease and flow as your natural state. Thank you for joining me today. It's been an honor sharing this transmission with you. Love to you all.